So they've always been here. Okay, welcome everybody. And it's so wonderful to see so many happy, wonderful faces today. And we get to start off with Judy Basker, who's going to do the pledge and the forward yes.
Hi, everybody. Okay, ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the four-way test. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you. I always forget number 4.
There's a way to remember the first two are is it, and the last two are will it. That helps me. Okay, so there we go. Our inspiration. I think Cindy is on the Zoom today. Cindy, so do you have an inspiration for us?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
You can. Okay. Basically, I just wanted to, there's so much stuff going on in the world today, and I think this is a perfect thing from Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So make somebody feel good today, okay?
Very nice. That is very true. Thank you. Okay, no visiting Rotarians, all lots of other people visiting. Okay, well, we don't have any visiting Rotarians that I see here, unless you are a visiting Rotarian and you want to stand up and say that, but we have lots of visitors here today, none, and some of them are here for our programs. So I will let those people be introduced. We have Bela, who has invited some businesses today, and they will be doing some presentations. And as we know, we're really trying to support local people. We also have some people here for service of self, and I will let Lisa introduce them when their time comes. We have some of the Judy, and I don't know if yours or I think Bev has somebody to introduce for their second. Yes, we did indeed see. I want to get this right. Your name is different. It is. I can say your last name, Austin. But your first one is? Packet. Okay, thank you, Packet. Yay, thank you very much, Packet, and thank you for coming back again today. I do appreciate that. And I think everybody else is here with the program. So I'm going to leave it at that and move on. Oh, I think. Just gonna hold on. We have. Oh, hello, Sue. Hi, Sue. Hi. Hello, Jackie. Yes. Oh, it's Tam. Okay, they're here. Tammy, yes. Welcome. Tammy. Tammy, yes. There we go. And she is visiting also for a second time. So wonderful. Well, they're kind of visiting. Yes. They're just kind of getting to know us, and we're a great group. So we look forward to having you continually be here to greet us. And cards? Any cards left, Jim? No cards. Just sell out. We have a sellout crowd today. That's great. So you'll notice there are still food bank contributions coming in. So if you go shopping, buy a few extra things, bring them in. We'll make sure they get to the food bank. Jody, did you want to do any introductions on shoes that fit? And then Greg, I'll have you come up next.
Thank you. Okay. So next Thursday, we're going to go out to deliver the shoes to the Illinois Valley Club, the Boys and Girls Club. And so luckily I was able to get what I think is going to be enough vehicles to take 164 pair of shoes out. It's amazing. 10 huge boxes of shoes. So it's really exciting. I was hoping we'd be able to show the pictures. I sent them, but maybe we'll get to show them at some point so you can all see. So I don't know how to attach it to back TV's email. I don't know that you can. Anyway, good part is what we want to do is we want to meet at my North Branch, so Banner Bank, 1409 Northeast 7th Street, so 7th and Steiger. We want to meet there at 1:45 so that we can load up the vehicles and then head out to the Illinois Valley Club. We, out of the 164, Allison thought we might have about 60 plus kids. So it's not like the whole group. The rest of them will just have to get theirs later. But please, if you're going to come there, park behind the branch. So we can leave the cars and stuff back there, because we should be able to carpool, since Brett said he's got a truck that's covered that we be able to take a lot of shoes in. Patrice has a truck that's covered that we'll be able to take a lot of shoes in. So we may only need mine and one other to kind of load up shoes into and run from there. But looking forward to seeing you all there. So 145 following Rotary at my North Branch of Banner Bank, so that we can load up and head out to the Illinois Dumping.
Great, thank you. Look forward to it. And I did see the picture, but I too am not really familiar with attaching pictures, but we'll get it down and afterwards we'll have some great ones.
So, Super Bowl pool and party. The watch party is Sunday, February 8th at the Grants Pass Museum of Art. I think the doors are opening at 3. And there's door prizes. You don't even have to care about football or like, I'm dropping money. Thank you. It is coming in fast. We're filling up and we only have one pool squares this year. So it's the last one in a set of 10. We are trying to have fun and also gain E-race status, which means every Rotarian every year. So $25 per square. And that's, if you're making a check, it goes to the Rotary Foundation with a memo note that says annual fund share. That's the money that comes back to us for our grants, like Shoes That Fit and Water for Cosmo. So please participate, and we started with 19 club members that were already E-rate. We got 8 last week, and I think we have at least another 10 or 12 today. So we're going to get over the halfway mark, and then we'll twist some arms.
I will tell you, it's a great honor as a president from the upper board people. When we get E-ray, they are very impressed with what we've been able to do. So let's keep it going, guys. Okay, a couple announcements. I'll try and make them quick. First of all, thanks to Pat Bath and Road Gateway Rotary Reads, we really kind of have a small club. But this was our last book, Care of Schmira, A Satire Without Borders. It was fun to read because I think this time we really need to have a little humor. So it was fun to read this. Anyway, so any of those people who are interested in talking about it, Pat is again hosting at her house at 5 p.m. on the 23rd. And there's something in the e-navigator for that. Secondly, I know we've been talking about this for a long time after we had the presentation by Kathy Krause and Marty Zatola, but they have finally come up with a date. So I'm going to pass this roster around, and if you would like to informally gather after Rotary on February the 12th, we'll go somewhere else to do this. Anyway, they're going to talk about comparative religion, not literature. So I'm passing the sign-up sheet. If you're available, please attend because they're amazing when it comes to these sorts of discussions. Thanks. And to clarify, that's after the meeting, right? So it's not for the meeting. I just want to make sure I got all that stuff on my brain. So, okay, Steve.
Thank you very much. The Hearth is next Thursday. The theme is going to be, I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear, which is a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. We have 6 tellers, 2 musicians. There's a $5 suggested donation to benefit La Clinica. And it's a Bethany Presbyterian Church. And it's extra flyers if you want to take some home with you on the tables today.
Thank you very much. I've heard nothing but good things, and I'm really going to try to get there this time. Okay, so I think pretty much those are the ones that I was expected. I don't know if anybody has any other ones, but one thing that as the president I need to do this year is read to you and have a vote on our upcoming next year's officers for our club. And so at this point in time, we need a formal vote. It has been posted in the Navigator, I think at least twice that I'm aware of. And so next year, our president-elect who will be president next year is Jenny Jackson. So put your hand up, Jenny. Yay. President-elect is Greg Millard, so he will be the following year. And then our president nominee, which is the one we had to chase down this year, and I don't see her here, will be Allison Kavanaugh, but I think most of us know she will be a great fit for our Rotary. So, and our returning secretariat is Claudia Sullivan. Treasurers, Gina Marie Augusta, always looking for somebody to help them along. And then, of course, I will be the past president. So with that, I guess we just do a formal vote and have you raise your hand or make a motion probably. Go ahead, Judy. Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the upcoming board officers for this coming year. Everybody in favor, raise your hand. Anybody opposed? Well, I love unanimous votes. So there we go. And you know something, I think most of you are just saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna vote for them because I don't want to do it. And we get it, but we just love people who join the party. So just something else, two little things before we get started with our program today. I'm going to personally invite people. We really do want to support our local businesses. And today it's an honor to have those of you here with businesses coming to talk to us, because that's one thing, you know, many of you know me as a previous city council person. If there's one thing I learned when I was at the city, is it's the businesses, that local businesses, how important it is to support our local business, because nobody is going to come running and driving and flying into Grants Pass and land and say, oh, I think I'm going to hire 300 people and set up my business here. People have been dreaming for years, but it isn't happening. But what we do need to do is support the people who are building businesses here, are taking that risk, and give them our business. So I think that's really important. So I'm a dancer at heart, and I know Candela Dance Studio, which is down on 6th Street, just 300 and something on 6th Street. They're just now doing Hawaiian dancing, and they're doing some fun things, but they are having, and it's the Thursday that we normally have our social. So the last Thursday of the month is usually our social gathering. This month we decided not to, because we're having a big Super Bowl event in February. We didn't want to overdose people. But if anybody's interested in line dancing, they're having an open line dancing class. So if you've just always thought that would be fun, whatever, it's $10. It's that night. It's from what time is it? 5:30 to 7:30. It costs $10. So I will be down there, and if anybody else wants to let me know if they're interested, I will go sign us up. It's the 27th, yes. February, yeah. In January 29th, actually. It's January 29th, because it's a Thursday night from 5:30 to 7:30 right down here at Candela. So I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do if anybody's interested. Another thing is we will need to congratulate our Interact team. They actually got an award at the North Valley High School, is officially recognized as a member of the First Project Legacy Program, a movement of schools and students committed to ending the global water crisis once and for all. So that was kind of cool. They were really honored. They wanted me to announce that. And it is wonderful that we have such an active Interact club. So thank you. Yeah, for everybody for starting that. And with that, I think that's everything I had on my list. I'm going to start with, I'm going to bring on, I do have two committee works, but that's club business. So I'm going to bring up Lisa Looning and introduce Service Above Self, which is a big, important program that we run, also honoring students who are our future Rotarians.
Thank you. Well, today it is my pleasure to introduce our January Student Service Above Self Award winner, the first of 2026. It's amazing how time flies. And it's from Roe River Junior Senior High School, and it's Joshua West. And his teacher or counselor, Sarah Wicks, will introduce him and give us a little background. He's a very interesting young man. And if you read the Navigator, it's wonderful.
Hey there, my name is Sarah Wicks. I'm the counselor at Roe River Junior Senior High. When I first got hired 8 years ago, this was in person, and we've been on Zoom the last handful of years. So this is first time being back in person with you guys. So that's awfully fun. I have with me our senior Josiah West. He is super involved in our FFA program. And I'm sure he'll tell you all about that. They do a lot there with elementary kids. They do a lot in the community. They travel. Our FFA program is really something to behold. He's an active member in our leadership program. He's a track athlete, National Junior Honor Society, so he's smart too. But I'll let him talk a little bit more about himself. But he was nominated by our staff. He's just a really nice kid. He's just a really nice kid. He's involved, he's helpful. I know. He's kind and he shows up. He shows up, he puts in the work. I don't think I've ever heard him complain about it either. So he's a fun one. We appreciate Josiah.
So as Sarah said, my name is Josiah West. I have lived in the Rogue Valley area my entire life, so 17 years. I was born in Medford, Oregon to my two parents, Marlene and Ken West, and we have lived in Rogue River ever since. So I started FFA my freshman, well, 8th grade year technically was the first class I ever took, introducing me to FFA. And if you don't know what FFA is, it's Future Farmers of America. So it's the largest student-led organization in the country, focusing on all aspects of agriculture, because agriculture is in everything we see in everyday life, from the floor that we're currently standing on to the cars we drive from place to place. And it's always interested me because my dad grew up on a farm. I remember going to my grandma's farm whenever we were over visiting them and just seeing her horses and getting to just mess around on her farm and do almost whatever I wanted without much consequences. There was some times where I did not make the wisest decisions, but FFA has shaped me into being the person I am currently. I've gotten a lot of leadership skills, communication skills, being able to talk in front of people like you, without having the fear of looking stupid. Because frankly, if you look stupid, people aren't going to care because they were in that same situation at one point in their life. So I've talked in front of well over 400 people at our annual beef eating auction that we do every year, which is still nerve-wracking, but I am able to get through it because of the things I've learned through FFA. And I really started being involved in the program my freshman year. My advisor, Miss Bambino, is a wonderful lady. She's really helped me through my journey, even when it seemed like there wasn't much for me to do in the organization. She showed me that I just need to be me and do what I need to do to work through things. So that's been a really big encouragement. And through that, I have gotten the opportunity to work with our elementary students. I remember growing up and seeing like the big high schoolers come down from the high school and show their sheep that they had, or teach us about plants and stuff. And I wanted to do that. And we weren't really doing that my freshman year. So I talked to Bambino, and some of my other friends talked to Bambino about starting that up again. And we got the opportunity to do that. And now for the past 3 years, we have been going down to our elementary students and teaching them about agriculture. Last year, we did a lesson about dairy. So we taught them like where dairy comes from. It comes from cows. What else cows produce besides just dairy, and how all that works. And then we did like a fun activity with them, and we had to make ice cream in the bags. So that was really fun. And then afterwards, we just spent the rest of the afternoon playing and hanging out with them because they're kindergartners, and we all know kindergartners can't sit still for more than 30 seconds. We've also given them the opportunity to come up to the high school and see our grounds, and we've taken them up to our barn and greenhouse facility and just taught them different things about agriculture. So that's been a super cool way that we've been serving, and I've been able to serve our elementary students, and it's been super cool to learn how to, even though they're not always, they won't retain all the information. I've learned ways to help them understand more and be interested in things that I think are really cool. So that's been a fun opportunity for me. I've also, through my actual leadership class for the school leadership, every year we're required to do some sort of community service project for the class. So through that, I've served with the Red Cross. We do blood drives in the fall and in the spring every year. We do 2 blood drives at our high school. So I've helped serve with that, helping people check in, making sure everyone's okay, and after they give blood, making sure they eat, drink, all the needed things for that. And then I've also been able to serve the community. Last year, I went around our local park and cemetery and made sure that it was clean and looking nice for the public to go to and think is clean. So that's been really cool, the opportunities I've gotten between doing FFA and doing leadership to actually serve the community. And besides that, there is one of the fathers of one of the teachers that I'm really close with at our school isn't able to do as much anymore, obviously because he's an older guy, and we all know that aging sucks. So I've been able to help him take out bushes and do things around his property that he isn't able to do as well because of his age and just not being able to get around as well. So that's been really cool. And I've gotten to know him really well. So just serving people has taught me that not everyone is able to do everything that some people are able to do. And giving them the opportunity to learn about something or try something new is one of my favorite things to do. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't start doing FFA. And besides community stuff, FFA has given me the opportunity to travel all across this country. I've been to Oklahoma City, I've been to Tennessee, I've been to Indianapolis, Chicago, so many places through FFA because I've stuck with it and I've been able to learn and grow from it.
I could tell you one of us, so thank you so much. I mean, yeah, we'll be in touch because there's a lot of us older people who could use a lot of help. Yes, right over here. Janie's over there waiting.
A check for $825.
Oh, yes.
And a bag full of cool stuff. There's certificates, gift cards, all kinds of stuff.
Near and dear to my heart. I started my teaching career in Roe River, so yes.
And I also just want to give a big thank you to all of you for giving me the opportunity to get this award. Being in this community has been one of the biggest blessings of my life. So thank you all.
Okay, I'm going to go really quickly. I'm just telling you with our committees, we got a lot of committee stuff going on. Vocational is moving forward. Our Porch Fest is meeting forward. There is a Porch Fest meeting today. Well, there's a board meeting to approve the recipients today after the meeting. So if you're a board member, plan to stick around for a few minutes afterwards. And with that, I am going to turn it over to Bela because Bela has orchestrated these businesses and he knows them better than I.
Thank you. I'd say I always love these programs because one of the best things about my job really is just getting to know all these businesses in town and the strange things that they get up to. And And you'd just be surprised how many, yeah, people are out there doing all kinds of interesting things. And I don't know if it's an old saying or maybe it should be an old saying, but if anyone else's job or their business seems simple, it probably means you don't understand it. And that's what I'm looking forward to here. And actually, the one I'm gonna start with, I have an example of that. I'm a home brewer, haven't done it much in the last few years, but I wanted to enter a contest up in Silverton. And so the way you do that is you send, they say, just send us, a few bottles and tell us what it is. Well, it turns out that's not something you're supposed to do. Like all of a sudden, nailing alcohol is tricky. And so, yeah, all these things that you just take for granted, like, I'll just go down there and, they ask you what's in it, and then they say no. Yeah, so we're gonna start with Shawn here, and he brought Tammy as well from Speedy Pack and Ship, and they're just gonna talk for a few minutes about what they do, including probably trying to stop people like me from shipping various products. And then we'll have a few minutes for questions as well. So.
Better. Hi, everybody. Thanks for inviting us. We really appreciate this opportunity to be with you and to share with you a little bit about who we are and what we're doing. My name's Shawn Butler. I'm the president and owner of Speedy Pack and Ship. And this is my office manager, Tammy Hendricks. She's happy to be here too. Doesn't like speaking very much, but we are a good team and we are very grateful to be here. Thank you for Bella inviting us, and thank you for Judy. I don't know, maybe it's not nominating, but inviting us to share a little bit about who we are and what we do. We've been in the community for 21 years now. We have been super blessed and super fortunate to be able to survive in this economy and to be able to support 7 families in our area, and it's been very important to us. Some of the things that we do mainly is that we are shippers. Yes, we are. And shipping alcohol, we can't do. Sorry, Bella. may have learned that the hard way, but yeah, there are a few things that we are not allowed to ship. You can ship wine and alcohol, but it needs to be permitted. So it needs to be done the right way, definitely. We do ship with FedEx, UPS, DHL, and the United States Postal Service. So that's something that kind of sets us apart from other ship centers, is being able to provide an opportunity to ship with multiple carriers. A big thing in the industry right now is returns. Who sent stuff back from Christmas? Raise your hand. Oh, come on, you guys are lying. There's more than that. Yeah, January is seems to be return month for us, and which is not a bad thing, but it's one more thing to be able to help the community out. You order something from one company, send it back to FedEx. You order something from another company, send it back to UPS. Or this is a walk post office. Why hit all spots when you can come to one location? So that's really something that we take pride in, is being able to, in our industry, we call it the unfair advantage, having multiple carriers to be able to do returns. Something recently that FedEx started also is the QR code program. We're working with a lot of businesses across the nation to do returns. And bring your QR code in if it's a FedEx return, and it should work. More and more companies are coming on board with that. A lot of you out there ship with or buy from Amazon. Who has Amazon QR code returns? You try to return those in Josephine County, it doesn't work right now. There are some places, the Staples is an opportunity, but you have to have a specific QR code return there. Hopefully this year, through Amazon, we'll be able to accept those returns and to be able to come in our store, scan the code, outcomes label. That's our goal for this year. We've been told through our franchise company that we use. The franchise that we joined about 5 years ago is called Package Hub. Package Hub is a national company. We have about 1,100 stores. Our competitor being the UPS store, but it's nice to be able to have a small town business, but get national recognition and to be able to get those national prices and to be able to have that national support at that level instead of just having an individual business plan to be supported. Something else that we do is we do fingerprinting. Whether you're volunteering at a school, going on field trips, looking for employment, A lot of people, you need to be fingerprinted, and that's part of the background check. So we use a company called Field Print, and we're the ones in Grants Pass. So if you need to be fingerprinted, whether you're looking for a job, volunteering at your school, and they ask to be fingerprinted, you'll come see us. We'll come get your fingerprints for you. Take care of that. The process usually takes about 5 to 7 minutes. And it's been a good program for us. It's been good support. We can make a little extra revenue, a little commission on it, gets new people in, meet new people in our community. Some of our other services that we offer are notary services. Yeah, we have, is it four full-time notaries typically on staff. We should have a notary on staff.
That there's at least one. I just try and schedule at least one notary per shift, even on Saturdays. We do, we're open 10 to 2, so we do notaries between 11 and 1. So we do passport pictures. I don't know. Sorry, talking in front of people, my mind goes blank since we were spear. So I'm better at, like, if you ask me something, I can answer, not coming up with it. That's it.
So all questions are going to be addressed to Tammy here. To help you out with them. So we also do laminating. Of course, we sell postage stamps. We do fax services available. So yeah, your basic business services are available. We have a question?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, my bad. We're located in the Safeway Shopping Center by Safeway, and now it's CVS Pharmacy, south end of town. Yeah, that's where we're located. Yeah, I guess we're at the question and answer time, so it's going over to Tammy now. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say I live in that part of town and I've used your services a lot. You're awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Perfect.
Make sure that we get in, everybody has a chance to speak.
We have stuff to hand out, so just come up and we'll give it to you afterwards to kind of make it so it's not taking so much time right now.
Yeah, we got some kids certificates for you. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Well, I think the next one we'll go to is, we'll go to Aaron here. It's from Competitive Athletics, and it's another one. I know more about this one because I've probably been shopping here since before you owned it, I think. But yeah, there's a lot more going on there than it appears, and we'll let Aaron tell you about that.
Thanks, Bela. So we've been a part of the community for 19 years now. I took over ownership about 6 years ago, right at the wonderful time of COVID, right as everything shut down in the world. So as he said, we've had to change very much so. But we'll just go back to the beginning. We're Competitive Athletics. We're located on 7th and F Street, just straight down the road here. Our main type of business that we run is athletic equipment, selling mostly to schools and churches and groups like that, athletic apparel, jerseys, things like that. But in our store, we have a full print shop, embroidery, heat applied, screen print, you name it, we can do that type of printing down there. That is one of our main services for our community, working with businesses and just local groups doing their print services and stuff like that. But as we're talking about things that we do, we've had to change mightily. Initially, we opened as a retail business, and retail's kind of been a pretty dying business for quite some time. So there's been a little writing on the wall of if we don't adapt and change a little bit and offer new things and go down that road, we're not sure we'd still actually have the lights on. I know Bela probably looks at our returns sometimes and goes, "You have the lights on?" But it's true. So some little changes that we've seen and really kind of came alive during that COVID time was indoor activities, especially for our youth and things like that. So we were able to install a full batting cage that can be utilized in a lot of different ways. That is completely open to the public during our hours of operation. We also put in a golf simulator that has multi-sport functions as well. So it's not just for golf, but there were a couple of really standout things that showed that, one, our community doesn't offer these things as an outdoor or an indoor. So it was definitely a need in our area for that. A couple other things we offer in more of that interactive type of retail to what would make us a little different than just shopping online is if we sell it, you can try it. And it's kind of a big thing. We have different flooring within our store to kind of try on either different pleats or different, whatever your style is. We definitely can suit you and make sure it fits you and it is what you are exactly looking for. We are a running specialty store. What that kind of means is we carry support shoes, not specifically just for running. I would say most of the people that buy our sport shoes are really just standers and walkers. Working on very true. Working on concrete or walking or standing for a long periods of time, it's really important to have the right shoe on, the right kind of stability. Whether you pronate, supinate, or neutral, it's important to know what you are so your hips, your knees, your whole body stays in line and you stay actually very comfortable all day long. So if you do have a little bit of those issues and you think maybe there's a chance that you might not have the right shoe, we do a gait analysis in there to kind of let you know how you walk and how you stand. And then we kind of help educate you on what kind of shoes are best for you. May not be a shoe that we sell, but we'll definitely guide you in the right direction, no problem. So those are a couple of the more unique things in our town that is something that is only we offer. It is one of those things where I think every year we will probably offer one or two different things that we didn't the year before, whether it is a brand or whether it is just different things. And that is kind of the evolution, I think, of business. If you're not kind of looking around and seeing what you need to do to adapt, you're probably going to be left in the dust. What do we have? We have 18 employees in there. 5 of them are outside sales guys from Washington, Idaho, and California. And then the other 13 are kind of just in-house print shop, front desk, accountants, nice, fun people to come chat with. We have always on staff a specialty foot person too for your gait analysis and stuff like that. So if anytime you were to come in, you don't have to schedule a time. But you're always welcome to call and make sure there's plenty of availability. We have an online platform at competitiveathletics.com that you can do any kind of scheduling with our batting cage or with our golf simulator. You can actually see its schedule to see if there's availability for what you're looking for. As a quick rundown, I think that is the bulk of what we do. But yeah, I know we work with, look around and see a number of people in here that I know we work with currently. I see things like what Speedy Pack and Ship is wearing over here with their shirts and hoodies and stuff. That is right up our alley. So if you guys are ever looking for a quote or an idea, we are definitely someone to come check out. In the print world, there is a lot of printers. There is a lot of that. The one thing that I think we stand out with is we do one-ups. So actually we have no minimums. There is no job too small or too big for what we're looking at. Obviously one-off printing can be a little more expensive than what you would think a bulk printing is, but there's definitely a huge need for it because most businesses or most sports groups and stuff like that, they don't have large numbers. I mean, an average number in a business around here is probably anywhere from 6 to 10. So you don't need to be buying 48 or 64 or something. So if you're looking just to outfit just your employees, or you're looking to outfit just a small group, we're definitely one of the ones in town that do not ask you how many you need before we ask you how can we help you. So yeah, I think we're moving on with questions or without, but if you have any questions, I'll be around.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you. I think I had one of those gait analysis way back when they were over here, and so far my knees have not fallen off, and so it works. And I actually do running machines. So, and our last one is Crissy from Bela Toledo Boutique, and so this is one I don't know nearly as much about, and so I'm very interested to learn.
Okay, so I recognize lots of faces in here and some of you I have not seen before. My name is Crissy. I own Bela Toledo Boutique. It's down on the street, in between the Bohemian and Don's Bike Shop. I was born and raised here, so I've been here for almost 40 years. I have 5 children. I am married to the UPS guy who does most of your guys' deliveries downtown also. So I went to college here. I have a degree in business. I've worked in real estate. I've done marketing for mortgage brokers. I've managed all kinds of companies. And the really cool thing is that I get to use all of that in my own business now and apply it to what I do. And every penny that I make is for my dream, for me, for my family, and not someone else's. But it's been really fun to be able to take all that stuff I learned and build my own little business with it. And I started Bela Toledo Boutique actually right when COVID hit. Right when COVID hit. My very first night where I was going to do a pop-up and bring items downtown was our first positive case of COVID in this county. And so I did not do it out of respect for the community. And I pivoted. And like you heard from earlier speakers, if you don't know how to shift and pivot, then a lot of doors will close. And so what I originally started with was women's clothing. I kind of catered more to my age, but I used those things that I knew about, and I ran my shop out of my house. I built an online presence through social media, doing live videos, showing items, modeling them, posting things every day. I took old school high school lockers and painted them and wallpapered them and labeled them. And I had a pickup area on my front porch where people could come and pick stuff up with no contact. They were like alphabetically labeled. I shipped. I built a website myself. And I still have that going. I ship all over the US. I even used to ship just in town for people who didn't want to leave their houses. Within 6 months, when shops opened back up, I moved into Chesty Joe's. I don't know if a lot of you remember the cutie tootie little baby store downtown. It was there for like 20 years. She was really struggling. And so I brought in my women's clothing into half of the store. She had the baby clothing. She also had 4 kids. I had 5. We really helped each other. And I continued to grow. I ended up taking over the entire store when she closed. I added in babies and children's items. So babies, children's, women's, then gifts and accessories. Another year went by. I moved into a bigger spot where I'm at now, 2,400 square feet. I've got a loft upstairs. I've recently added in men's. We've got men's clothing and gifts and hats and all the things. And I think, you know, the funnest part is just the rapport that you build with the community. I mean, already I was born and raised here. A lot of you probably know, even my grandparents, Denver and Erlene Huff that own Home Valley Bank. And a lot of you guys know my parents, and getting to make my own connections with the community, getting to build trust with people, having, you know, some of you have come in and said, oh, very quick, I need a baby shower gift, or we've got family photos, and I have nothing. I've got nothing, and I've got 15 minutes to put something together. That has been my favorite part, but we've done more in the shop than just, you know, sell pretty things. I've put on all kinds of events. I've had live reindeer brought in from timber farms 3 years in a row. I think the 3rd year it finally made the news. The news station showed up unannounced and put me on the TV, which was interesting. I've done, you know, make and take succulent bars, or you planting succulents and pumpkins or in mugs from my shop. We've done paint and sips. We've had tarot readers and hat bars and all kinds of things. But I think my favorite part is just, like I said before, the trust that I've built with people in our community, the relationships. And I think if you've been in my store before, or if you know me, I am definitely more personal than professional. I'm way more personal than professional. And, you know, like it was said earlier, you know, people will always remember how they made you feel. And that is something I want in my shop, is for people to feel comfortable, for people to feel at home, to feel not judged. And I think what makes, me great at what I do is I have had 5 kids. I have been every size, every size and all different kinds of shapes. And so I can identify with a lot of people's comfortabilities and non-comfortabilities and their needs. My kids all do sports. I've got some in driver's ed right now. We've got football, wrestling, baseball, softball. Some of them all do the same sport. I am the one that works 6 days a week in my shop myself. I'm the one that manages the website. I'm the one that ships everything out. I'm the one that orders everything, that cleans my store, that does my visual merchandising. I am the one that drops off and picks up my kids. I make dinner from scratch every night. I am picking up my kids from practice, dropping them off. I read, you find time for the things you love. But that's relatable for people. So when you're selling somebody clothing, you want things that you can throw on and not have to fuss with. It took me 2 minutes to get ready this morning, and that's what I'm doing in my store, is selling things that are quality and comfortable and are just a no fuss must. But yeah, so that's a little bit about me and what I do, and I'm happy to be here today. So.
Where you are right now, so that's great. Are there questions? We talked about, questions at the end. So is there anybody who wanted to ask specific questions? So we'll have our runner out there and bring those by.
I was wondering on the gate, checking your gate and stuff, do you put somebody on a treadmill and just have them run, and then you say, oh, that it looks like this?
Yeah, we make you sprint. No, actually, a gait analysis is done really easily. There's a couple different ways to do it. What we do is we just basically have you take your shoes off so you're barefoot, and it's about a 5-step forward and a 5-step back. And then we kind of just watch the way you stand. We have a mat that you can stand on that shows certain pressure points in your foot that you're putting more weight on than another. But it is a 5-step forward, 5-step back.
Great information. Any other questions?
And then with your shoes, I can just go loud now. You're fine. I was a basketball coach for a lot of years. Oh, gotcha. Zoom people can't hear me.
Hello, Zoom people. And then afterwards, after you put your shoes on, hopefully you do feel a little bit of a difference. And then, yeah, we have a full guarantee with our shoes. So when you buy our shoes, we tell you right away, don't wear these outside. Go home, wear them around the house. You can have them for as long as you want, as around the house. And we fully will 100% take them back if they are just not the shoes for you. So if you take a shoe home and after a week or so, you're just like, yep, they don't feel good. Yep, they're too tight. Yep, the toe box is this or the heel is that. Totally fine. You can bring them back with 100% refund, or hopefully we can just swap you out into a better shoe.
If you're like me, I'm kind of walking around now, thinking about my feet. But yeah, so important as we age.
I have a question for you guys right here. I always kind of feel guilty returning things because like especially going to a business, because I guess I didn't realize that does that pay you guys? Do you make anything off when people bring back a return that with a pre-printed label?
I know with FedEx and UPS, there's some kind of compensation on the back. We charge 50 cents for post office because they don't pay anyone to take their stuff, and you get so much stuff. He's getting on us a lot because we waive it a lot. but yeah, sometimes there's a 50-cent drop fee. That's what we charge, but it's hit or miss if you're getting it.
Well, you do deserve to get that money. So yes.
Quick question for Crissy. Where's your location now?
Specific. I'm at 211 Southwest G Street. So where the Christmas tree is at, Dawn's Bike Shop's on the corner. I'm just next door, in between the Bohemian and Dawn's Bike Shop. So, great.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming. It is, I think all of us kind of take notes and I'd love to hear about you. And I do, I've said it before, I truly believe in going to local stores and supporting our local businesses, because that is actually true. Okay, I think that with that, I'm gonna leave it to our Sergeant of Arms, who is Jolene. Happy birthday.
I'm getting old, I now have to wear cheater readers. Okay. Okay. So my little talk today is about strawberries. Strawberries are the only fruit that contains seeds on the outside. Every strawberry has approximately 200 seeds. Technically, strawberries are not actually a berry, but they are called accessory fruits. Accessory fruits are also called false fruits. They are fruits with a fleshy edible part developed from tissues other than the ovary of the plant, such as the receptacle at the base of the flower or other flower parts rather than the ovary itself. Common examples include strawberries, apples, pears, with the core being the true fruit, and figs, where the flowers bloom inside fleshy structures. Strawberries are actually a part of the rose family. What do strawberries have to do with today? And I don't know why this is in the middle of winter, but today is National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. Okay? As long ago as the 3rd century, it's believed that people in China would serve their guests as sweetened juices mixed with snow or ice shavings, which were harvested from the nearby mountains. More recently, it's believed that Alexander the Great was a great fan of eating snow and ice treats that were flavored with nectars and honey. There's even some evidence that King Solomon, a historical and biblical character, enjoyed ice drinks as well. Stories are also told about how Nero Claudius Caesar would send runners into the mountains to gather snow, which would then be flavored with juices and fruit. After many years of history, fruit ice creams continue to be extremely popular, with strawberry ranking 3rd in the list of flavors behind chocolate and vanilla. This is not surprising considering how refreshing and mouth-watering they can be. As far as strawberry ice cream is concerned, it is believed that it dates back more than 200 years ago, at least as far back as 1813. It was at that time that the delicious treat was served at the 2nd inauguration party for United States President at the time, James Madison. It is believed that this was accomplished prior to refrigeration with the use of huge blocks of ice that were stored in the basement vaults and insulated with bales of hay. Strawberry is also a favorite when combined with 2 other flavors, chocolate and vanilla, henceforth Neapolitan ice cream, which originated in Naples, Italy. And you all thought it was here in the United States. During the early 19th century, this was particularly useful as the block gave it an advantage when it came to staying frozen during travel. Some historians note that the first National Strawberry Ice Cream Day was celebrated in the United States as early as 1932. But whatever factors contributed to this day, now is a perfect time to celebrate strawberry ice cream. So go get your brewer on and go eat something. Okay, so now it is time for Happy Bucks. Who's gonna be our runner? Oh.
April for, whoa, that's really bad. I do have a cheerleading voice. I could make it without this. Anyway, April 1st. Ain't no joke. I'm retiring after almost 43 years in dance.
So what are you gonna do with your free time?
By the way, hi, for Happy Bucks, I am gonna make a donation to the Utility Box Project, but I want to thank all 3 of our business folks who showed up today. This is my favorite program every year. I wish we did it once a month. And I want to put a shout out, I live out on the west side. Is that the west side? The south, well, anyway, I'm near you, and they have at the shipping place the best customer service. It's unbelievable. And I'm a pill, Shawn, right? But you don't have to wait. they, and there are a lot of us are special needs like me. I don't know what they're saying and all these scanning things and stuff. And your shop has the most adorable and wonderful things. And I can't believe with 5 kids you're doing that. So I hope all, and yours as well, I hope we all go visit your shops, buy something. And we should do an activity over at your place, like maybe have a glass of wine and go golfing. And thanks.
I too have $50 for the utility box. And made to thank all the speakers. And by the way, I don't know her name. Jackie, is it? Yeah. I mean, you have a fantastic speaking voice. So go ahead and speak.
My happy book today is for The Simpsons, and every time I think of Neapolitan ice cream, Homer goes into the freezer and he opens all the boxes of ice cream, and all the chocolate and vanilla are gone, and the strawberry is still there because it's gross. And he yells, "Marge, we need more chocolate, vanilla, strawberry ice cream." And I think that's hilarious.
I don't know what this happy buck stuff is, but it sure sounds joyful and a lot of fun. So is this actually money you guys donate to your club every month then? I'm gonna donate $100 to you guys. And don't forget to get your gift certificate with a pen and a little brochure on what we do. So thank you for supporting us. We appreciate you.
So I got Happy Bucks. So we're trying to get together this mentorship program where we club members will mentor new entrepreneurs or just people that are sort of moving up through the world. And it's starting to look like it may or may not work out, but we're going to maybe relabel it where we're going to be advisors rather than mentors, because the term mentor seems to keep people from saying, yeah, they want one. So that's coming down the pipe. But one of the things we're doing is we're going to the entrepreneur workshop called 1MC on Wednesday mornings at the Hive. And that is so fun, energetic, and uplifting to see a number of young people that are starting their businesses go up there and talk about what they're doing and self-running. So it's just so jazzy to be there. I really love getting to go there.
Well, I will also donate $100 to the arts, because I was on COPA at one point in time, and I love going downtown and seeing all the art boxes that are popping up. And so I am going to do that as well. And once again, a very big thank you for coming, because there's so many businesses out there that you just don't know what they do. And it's just like, wow, I was thinking the same thing. I want to do line dancing this week. Next month we'll do golf. I mean, those are sorts of active things that we all need to get out and do. And the more we know, the more we can plan on doing. So thank you all for being here, and hopefully they'll see all our faces as we go down to those businesses. And in the meantime, I'm going to have you pick a card, any card, to see who our winner is today. Okay, that guy right there is the 5 of Hearts. If you have the 5 of Hearts. Debbie, you know the biz. So yes, that's our weekly drawing, and that's money that we use to keep things going around here. And yeah, and also Polio Plus. So we have lots of things that we give good things to. So without further ado, I have 2 things. I always do a thought for the day, which is AI generated, because it's just kind of fun to see what my co-pilot has to say. And then I do a real people quote, because in this day and age, I like real people quotes. The thought for the day is that in the heart of winter, we learn that light doesn't always come from the sun. It can come from the fire that we build within ourselves. So that was just like nice AI to look for. And then a person, individual commitment to a group effort. That is what makes a team work, a company work, a society work, and a civilization work. It's all about teamwork. And that is a quote from a famous, I don't understand that. What's his name? He's an American football coach. He's a famous American football coach. I can't believe I just wrote that down.
Who is it?
Lombardi.
Lombardi, thank you, Vince Lombardi, that was it, I should remember that, he's got my same initials, DL. Vince Lombardi, so there it is, it's all about teamwork, it's all about the community. Thank you for being here, have a great day, a great week.